Did you know that the most powerful law of the universe is hidden deep within your mind? Something we often forget amidst the hustle and bustle of life and daily complaints. Rhonda Byrne's incredible book, The Magic, introduces us to this dormant, magical power that has been the greatest secret of great thinkers, philosophers, and ancient scriptures for centuries. This book teaches us that miracles in our lives are not coincidences. Rather, they are the direct result of our inner thoughts and the frequency of our gratitude. When we stop crying over scarcities, difficulties, and failures, and instead focus on the blessings and joys we already possess, we unconsciously activate the law of attraction. Gratitude is not just a polite social courtesy or simply saying thank you. It is a conscious, continuous practice that completely rewires your subconscious mind. The moment you begin to be deeply grateful for your past experiences, your current, everyday comforts, and your priceless dreams for the future, the three main pillars of your life, your health, your wealth, and your relationships, begin to change magically. The absolute law of the universe is that whatever you sincerely thank for will begin to multiply at double the speed. And wherever there are complaints, even the remaining joys will be stripped away. Therefore, change the scope of your thinking. Cultivate the habit of counting your blessings every single morning and align yourself with this infinite abundance of the universe to write the most magical, prosperous, and magnificent chapter of your life. The Hidden Promise. The first part of Rhonda Byrne's The Magic lays the foundation for a complete 28-day journey. This section introduces the reader to an ancient and powerful secret that has been hidden for centuries within religious texts, philosophy, and the teachings of great thinkers. According to the author, an infallible law operates in this world, which we call gratitude. Until we understand this law in its full depth, we cannot experience true magic and abundance in our lives. This section begins with a powerful quote from the Bible. In that sacred text, it is written, "Whoever has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has, will be taken from him." Historically, people have always been confused when reading this line because it seems inherently unfair. However, Rhonda Byrne reveals that a single word has gone missing from this puzzle for centuries. And that word is gratitude. When we add that hidden word back into the line, its true and profound meaning is revealed. Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he has, will be taken from him. This rule is one of the greatest laws of the universe. The law of attraction. From a scientific perspective, it is much like Newton's third law of motion, where every action has an equal and opposite reaction. When you express gratitude from the heart, you project positive energy into the universe. And in return, the universe mirrors that same positive energy back to you. Conversely, when we focus on lack, complaints, and problems, we inadvertently push away whatever little happiness we have left. The author reminds us of our childhood, a time when we saw magic in every little thing, when we looked up at the stars at night, or listened to stories of Santa Claus and fairies, our hearts filled with infinite excitement and joy. But as we grow older, the responsibilities, stress, and complaints of adulthood strip that magical feeling away from us. This part teaches us that the magic hasn't disappeared. It is still right here, waiting for us to unlock it using the key of gratitude. It instills the belief that gratitude is not just a basic mannerism, but a conscious practice. If you want to see a magical shift in your health, money, and relationships, you must pivot your mindset away from complaints and anchor it onto the things you already have. This is the hidden promise that forms the bedrock of this entire book. The Foundation Days 1 to 12 focuses on laying a strong, unshakable foundation of gratitude in your life. This initial 12-day journey is entirely dedicated to making you fully aware of and grateful for everything you had in the past and everything you possess in the present. Most people desire to attract new things into their lives, but forget to appreciate what is already right in front of them. The pathways to new magic cannot open until you acknowledge your present blessings. This section introduces two crucial daily practices that stay with you for the entire 28 days. Counting your blessings. Every morning begins by making a list of 10 things you are grateful for. Just writing them down isn't enough. You must also write the reason why you are grateful. Finding the reason ensures that the feeling of gratitude travels from a mere thought in your mind straight into the depths of your heart. The magic rock. Right before going to sleep at night, you hold a small, smooth rock in your hand and think of the absolute best thing that happened during the day. Saying the magic words, "Thank you." This practice helps program your subconscious mind to sleep in a state of absolute positivity. During these initial days, the author takes the reader deep into the 3 major pillars of life: health, wealth, and relationships. For instance, in the magical health practice, you are taught to give thanks for every single organ and faculty of your body, like your eyes, hands, legs, and heart, that serve you tirelessly without stopping. We usually pay attention to our bodies only when we fall sick, that being grateful for our health while we are healthy is the only way to sustain it permanently. Similarly, the magical money exercise takes you back to your past. You are asked to remember all the things you received from childhood up to the present day that someone else paid for, like your schooling, clothes, food, and home. When you realize that you have always been surrounded by abundance, your deep-seated fears of financial scarcity and complaints vanish entirely. When it comes to relationships, take photographs of 3 close people in our lives and give thanks for 5 of their best qualities. This exercise is incredibly potent if a relationship is currently strained. When you look past a person's flaws and lock your focus onto their virtues, the relationship begins to mend magically. Within these 12 days, you begin to see the small and big things around you through a completely fresh lens. leaving your foundation fully prepared to handle the massive magical transformations ahead. Within these 12 days, you begin to see the small and big things around you through a completely fresh lens, leaving your foundation fully prepared to handle the massive magical transformations ahead. This phase kicks off by listing your top 10 desires. Here, an advanced principle of the law of attraction comes into play. You must give thanks for your desires as if they have already been fulfilled. You feel deep gratitude for a dream before it manifests. You emit a highly potent, positive frequency into the universe. This practice obliterates doubt and fear, convincing your subconscious mind that your success is already guaranteed. Over these 10 days, the author demonstrates how to apply magic to various areas of daily life. Magic footsteps. Every time you take a step while walking, you deliberately say the words, "Thank you." This practice anchors you completely in the present moment and maintains your positive mental energy. Magic at work. Whether you work a job, run a business, or operate as a digital content creator, this exercise teaches you to be grateful for your work, colleagues, clients, and even your tools and equipment. When you infuse your work with love and gratitude, your creativity, productivity, and success skyrocket, transforming hardships into blessings. This crucial exercise asks us to pick a current problem or negative situation. You must find 10 aspects of that negative situation for which you can still find reasons to be grateful. The moment you shift your focus from the problem to solutions and goodness, the negative situation naturally begins to dissolve. Additionally, this section introduces the beautiful concept of magic dust. Here, you mentally sprinkle gratitude dust on every person you encounter throughout the day who helps you in any capacity. Be it a shop clerk, a bus driver, or a friend. This practice nurtures empathy and selfless love within you. Through these 10 days of practice, you master the art of attracting your dream job, better finances, ideal health, and your passion projects. It turns you into a human magnet, capable of drawing your every desire toward you. Deep transformation. Days 23 to 27. The fourth part of the magic elevates the feeling of gratitude to its highest and deepest spiritual level. After refining your basic habits and attracting your personal desires, the time comes for a complete transformation of your existence and consciousness. The goal of these 5 days, days 23 to 27, is to lift gratitude out of being just a morning or evening activity and weave it into the very way you breathe and look at life. It teaches you how to connect on a profound level with the universe and yourself. The exercises in this phase transcend material life, focusing heavily on spiritual and environmental awareness. The air you breathe. In this practice, you are taught to become intensely aware of and grateful for the air that continuously pumps life into your lungs. According to the author, when we feel deep gratitude for these fundamental elements of nature, air, water, sunlight, our internal negative energy dissipates completely, aligning us perfectly with the rhythm of the cosmos. The magic wand. This is the most beautiful and selfless exercise in the book. Up until now, you used gratitude for yourself, but in this exercise, you wave your mental magic wand to help others. You select 3 people who are currently going through a rough patch, an illness or financial distress. You visualize them in perfect health, abundance, and joy, and sincerely thank the universe for it. This awakens deep compassion and a spirit of service within you. The magic mirror. Most people can manage to be kind to others. But when they look at themselves in the mirror, they only pick out flaws, wrinkles, or imperfections. This exercise requires you to look directly into your own eyes in the mirror, accept yourself fully, and say thank you for your absolute existence. Until you love and respect yourself, you cannot attract genuine abundance into your life. The magic of the heart. Through this practice, you learn to drop your mental energy from your head straight into your heart's center. When you focus on your heart while mentally repeating the words, "Thank you," the power of your gratitude multiplies exponentially, accelerating the speed of your manifestations. By the end of these 5 days, selfishness and narrow-minded thinking dissolve completely. You stop thinking merely as an isolated individual and begin to experience yourself as an integral part of this entire magical creation. This profound transformation leaves you mentally and spiritually unshakable, ready to face any situation life throws at you. The future and continuity, day 28 and beyond. Part of the magic represents the pinnacle of this 28-day journey. Over the last 4 parts, you learned to appreciate the past, beautify the present, attract future desires, and trigger a deep inner transformation. Now, the main objective of the 28th day is to ensure that this magical shift doesn't remain a temporary 1-month experiment, but instead becomes a permanent habit and a permanent lifestyle for the rest of your life. The core exercise of the 28th day is called Remember the Magic. In this practice, you wake up every morning and look back at the previous day. You trace your steps from yesterday morning until you went to sleep, listing all the good events, interactions, messages, and tiny joys that occurred, saying thank you for each one. When you remember yesterday's magic every single day, you pave the way for brand new joys to enter your today and tomorrow. This practice ensures your mind never slips back into negativity or complaints. The author provides a highly practical roadmap for the future. She explains what you should do after completing this 28-day course. Tailoring practices to your needs. If at any turning point in life you feel your health is wavering, your career is stalling, or your relationships are turning bitter, you can selectively repeat the specific days of the book that correspond to that exact problem, making gratitude like breathing. You must integrate gratitude so deeply that it becomes second nature. Just as you breathe without consciously thinking about it, seeing anything good in life should trigger an automatic, heartfelt thank you. Furthermore, This section teaches us how to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. Life is never a straight line. Occasionally, situations arise that can cause disappointment. In those moments, this final chapter serves as an emotional shield. It reminds us that whenever darkness looms, we must immediately grab our journal and start counting our blessings. Gratitude is the light that can instantly dispel the heaviest mental shadows. It transforms you from a casual reader into a true magician who holds the key to changing their own reality forever. Living this part means you have entered a permanent partnership with the universe, where miracles stop being random coincidences and instead become your everyday reality. The main pillars of life, health, wealth, and relationships. The sixth and concluding segment of the magic isn't bound to any specific day's practice. Rather, it is the overarching, practical breakdown of how gratitude directly impacts the three most critical pillars of human existence: health, wealth, and relationships. According to Rhonda Byrne, if a person achieves balance and abundance in these three domains, their life becomes completely successful and joyful. The first pillar, magical health. We rarely appreciate our health until we lose it. When our body functions seamlessly, we take it completely for granted. This section teaches us that instead of crying over illness or weakness, we must feel intense gratitude for the parts of our body that are currently functioning perfectly. When you continuously thank your eyes, hands, heart, and nervous system, a surge of positive energy flows through your cellular structure. Science agrees that stress and complaints manifest as ease-breaking diseases in the body, whereas gratitude and joy boost your immunity. This pillar reminds us that health is the real wealth that keeps us alive. The second pillar, magical money. Most people unconsciously harbor negative emotions toward money. Whenever a bill arrives or money leaves their pocket, they experience a flash of fear, anxiety, or scarcity. The rule here is simple. No matter how little money you currently have, you must be deeply grateful for it. When you start writing "Thank you for the payment" on your bills and feel genuinely grateful for the services you received in exchange for that money, you step out of the frequency of lack and enter the frequency of abundance. Gratitude acts like a financial magnet. It unlocks unexpected opportunities, promotions, and new avenues of prosperity in your life. The third pillar, magical relationships. The quality of our lives depends entirely on the quality of our relationships with those around us. Often, we love our close ones deeply, but over time, we begin to keep a mental tally of their minor flaws. This continuous cycle of complaining weakens even the strongest relationships. This pillar teaches us that if we want to heal or improve any relationship, we must accept the other person exactly as they are and thank the universe for their goodness. The moment you drop the complaints and hyper-focus on their positive traits, a magical shift occurs in how they behave toward you. The journey of the magic is not about turning pages or simply understanding words. It is a golden opportunity to completely rewrite the script of your life's story. No matter what your life has looked like up to this point, and regardless of the failures, disappointments, or financial hardships you may have faced, the time has come to break those chains. Gratitude is not a passive thought. It is a cosmic force, a magical Aladdin's lamp capable of materializing your deepest dreams. When you wake up every morning to count your blessings, you aren't just writing words. You are signaling to the universe that you are fully prepared to win this beautiful game of life. Remember, there are two kinds of people in this world: those who constantly complain about lack and blame their luck, and those who find the good in every tiny situation to draw happiness closer to them. You have to decide which category you belong to. Drop the complaints and hold fast to the magical key of gratitude. When you learn to say thank you from the absolute center of your being, fear, anxiety, and insecurity disappear from your life forever. Your career, your health, your relationships, and your bank balance will all align with that magical frequency, where miracles become an everyday occurrence. The universe is fully prepared to grant your every wish. It is simply waiting for your gratitude signal. Step forward, awaken the inner magician within you, and say with absolute conviction, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." The most magical and magnificent chapter of your life begins right now.